Okay, so when you're coding a linear queue, okay, it's actually quite simple. It's not that difficult because you're gonna have like about three or two variables, okay, because we have front, we have rear, and we have our array. You can code it using a linked list as well, but I'm gonna do it using a queue, using an array. Okay, so right over here, I have a class called queue, and inside of that, I'm going to create like three variables. Okay, I'm gonna have an integer type of array, and I'm gonna put size inside of it. Now, then I'm gonna say front and rear as well. Okay, that's simple. Don't use size. Okay, so next what you want to do is that, by the way, you can keep these private, and then public is going to be the constructor. Okay, and constructor is going to be called when you create the queue. So once you create the queue, I want your front and your rear to be equal to -1. And why is that? Because look, when there's nothing inside of the queue, then your front and your negative or your rear are both -1. Okay, once you insert something, then like once you insert say a 3, then your f and your r are going to be here equal to like 0 index. Okay, so yeah, that's what it is. Then the next thing what you want to do is you want to code couple of functions like is empty to check if the thing is empty or not, and you just want to return if you want to check if your front value is equal to -1, then it's going to return true or false based on that. Okay, basically what we're doing is we're checking if the front is -1, it means it's empty, or if the front is greater than the rear. Okay, now what does this mean? Front greater than rear? It's because look, I have two conditions where our queue can be empty. One is if f is -1, meaning that there isn't anything in the array, and the other condition is if f is like here and r is here. Why? Because remember, in a queue, once you delete, say I delete the 3, I'm not going to increment the r. Okay, I'm going to be incrementing the f to the next position, because that's the rule inside of a queue. Whenever you delete something, you increment the f. So that means f will be equal to 1, r will be equal to 0. Then you want to check if your queue is full. Okay, because it's a linear queue. Alright, so in this case, you want to return the boolean value of your rear if it's equal to our size. Okay, size was 5. Okay, there's 5 elements inside of, like, our capacity for the array or the queue is 5 elements. Okay, but because we are dealing with indexes, we're going to like -1 because we're starting at 0. Okay, so 5 -1. So it's going to return if our rear is equal to 5 -1, because basically our queue will be full here. Okay, so now that's two functions. The other function what I want, okay, is of course the enqueue, dequeue, but I'm going to put them in a separate video. Then I want the display function. Okay, display is also quite simple. Okay, you want to first of all check if your queue is empty, and you're going to see out like the thing is empty. After that you want to return as well, by the way. Just don't forget, you have to return. It's important. Okay, then if your queue isn't empty, you want to do a for loop. Okay, and you're going to start at 0. Actually no, not 0, because in a queue you start at front. Okay, and then you're gonna make sure your front is not equal to the array. I don't know what's this. Alright, and then you're gonna say I++. So that's just going to print out all the elements inside of the array or the queue. Alright, so yeah, that's pretty much the video, and thanks for watching.